Hey there, what's going on, YouTube? This is from Sociopath Life, and good little write up where it goes on to say that statistically there are more male sociopaths than female. However, it's also believed to be made up from a couple of different sources since there's no real database for these different types of illnesses. I believe it's harder to identify antisocial personality disorder, specifically narcissistic sociopaths in women, as oftentimes they've been labeled the vindictive ex-wife or the crazy ex girlfriend or wife. These women can also portray the helpless victim mask, therefore gaining more sympathy and more false credibility. Society as a whole tends to overlook female sociopaths simply because when in a relationship with a female sociopath falls apart, they're usually labeled as the crazy ex whatever. I'm guilty of that too before I knew about narcissistic women and sociopaths and psychopaths and so forth. Sociopath women lie so easily and without conscience that when a relationship with their partner falls apart, after they methodically and systematically destroy it, they can make their partner out to be worthless, a worthless, horrible human, when in all reality she probably, sucked the life out of him and fucked the relationship up. When a man has been a victim of a female sociopath, usually one of the above labels is given, again going back to ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, etc., instead of a sociopath and or narcissistic sociopath. And that's what makes it difficult to label, because in therapies and different venues in which they go into for these type of things, they don't recognize it as such. So, they don't pinpoint it to a narcissistic individual or a sociopath. Female sociopaths are mentally and emotionally destructive. I said this a million times. Yeah, no shit. Liars, cheaters, and deceivers, etc. They're a great manipulator. They're extremely self-centered, and she is always right. They will play the wrong role once in a while to kind of throw people off. Oh, I have to have all 100% of these traits or I'm not a narcissist. And that's actually extremely inaccurate. You only need about 5 out of the 20, and there's a much more than 20 to recognize a narcissist. Some female sociopaths may be unable to care for their children, providing the unconditional love and nurturing. This could be dropping the child off at a friend's house, male or female, so she can go out and do whatever she does. She's a sexual narcissist out screwing everybody in town. Overt narcissist. I mean, there's so many various things they can be out doing, but dropping the kid off somewhere, or leaving them with somebody so they don't have to deal with them. Her children are just another object to be used against the father, or in some cases with other people to try to lure them in. But whatever. The children are often used as a supply of source for her as well, or in some cases when the divorced sociopath woman with children will use them to gain sympathy from a new partner. That's what I was just saying a minute ago. These children can grow up feeling like an inconvenience to the mothers, as they also emotionally and mentally are emotionally manipulated. They are also, in some cases, made to feel inadequate and never living up to the mother's standards. Some female sociopaths are emotionally disconnected from their children, causing the whiplash scenario, leaving the children with a deep craving for admiration. Could this be, how the narcissist child starts to be a narcissist as well? I think that's kind of sad, because they will grow up to be exactly like their moms. And the mother will fake the love in front of other people. Don't let them fool you. They're going to show you, hey, we care about, our child, or do this, that, and the other. But in reality, if you look at it directly, it's not happening. Many of these women appear normal in public setting, but are verbally and emotionally abusive in the private setting. Yeah. I got that. This girl would hit me and or try to slap me in the face and stuff like that. And the verbal abuse via text message or in person was unbelievable. But you take it and you roll with it. Female sociopath needs to be the dominant, and she does this by being verbally intimidating and emotionally manipulative. She will systematically attack your personality, your objections, your display of emotion, and your questions. Yeah, they'll also avoid them. She does this to obtain her supply source or boost her ego or dominating factor. They want to do this with little or no regards to your needs and wants. To a female sociopath, the ends definitely justify the means. Female sociopaths have a high sex drive, and in case studies, sex is not just good, it's over the top good, or so they think. They also are very sexually promiscuous. Most of the people that have herpes or other illnesses are narcissists. You'll find it, in female narcissists that have it will be sexually promiscuous. So, as with the sex drive, they use it as one of the many manipulation tools to attract their next victims, married or with somebody or not. She will use her sex to her advantage, unbeknownst to the male or female. She will appear systematic, caring, concerned, and display all the empathy and sympathy emotions, when in all reality, she is pulling you in closer to keep the control for personal gain. This could be for material possessions. In my case, it wasn't material or financial, or reassurance that she is the one. I think that's more on target, along with a few other things. When in fact, she may have several ones on the side. No shit. But yeah, that's a fact. And the more and more people, it's over with, it's done with. But now that people are coming to me, it's like the plethora. If what they say is true, is unreal. But who cares? It's done. So if a female sociopath feels she is being exposed, she may turn up the passion and give you the false sense of security that you have nothing to fear. Or she'll dodge and run. Or you begin to see the narcissistic rage if you haven't already. She may be setting you up to leave, so she will keep you emotionally and physically close until she finds her next supply. In my case, the supply was already there. She was seeing them behind my back and somebody else's back. So female sociopaths can show/fake their emotions if they are caught and blamed perhaps a one incident, yet the incidents are repeated behavior on someone or something else, never taking accountability for their own actions. Some men are so drawn to the physical aspect with a female sociopath that when they catch their partner, girlfriend, wife, cheating and lying, they tend to believe the lies more easily. Because a female sociopath can turn on the sex factor, play the pity card, or cry rivers of fake tears from one eye, or two, while expressing how sorry she is, etc. Expressing bullshit, lies, games, two-facedness, etc. So, therefore, this puts a man back into the spin cycle of crazy and the false sense of security. Women sociopaths are PTA moms, soccer moms, the girl next door. Not always. They are brutally and emotionally and financially destructive. Female sociopaths have a better time manipulating the court system as they prey on the sympathy of lawyers, judges, etc., and can show their tears much easier than men. Man, the last couple I've dated, they could cry on demand, but one eye was dominant. So anyhow, these women easily manipulate the court system in their favor with financial judgments, all done by made-up lies about the man, false documentation, and coerced. However, are often later caught and brought to justice, and again play the role of victim. Male victims of female sociopaths not only have to grasp what they just went through and accept the hard blow to the ego, but they may also have to fight the ex. And usually that's mentally or when you're getting over something, etc. Society, as a general rule of thumb, grants custody to female parents in most cases. Once again, when dealing with a sociopath, the same amount of emotional and mental devastation, financial loss, friendships destroyed, etc., are not gender specific. Female sociopaths are just as vicious and vindictive as the male sociopath. They can make you feel inadequate, violated, and need to control each and every situation. This may not be true in all sociopaths, as they may be borderline or narcissistic in other ways. And here is a list of traits of female sociopaths. So they have no real values. They have secret lives. hiding money, friends, and multiple affairs. Slow to forgive, holds on to resentment, high blaming behavior, projects her own faults onto others, even her children. Repeatedly fails to honor financial obligations, constantly seeks admiration. Yeah. Especially working in a club environment, anything and everything that walks in, hey, there you go. Pretty sad and pathetic. So she breaks her man's spirits to keep them dependent. She has a vicious way of cutting you down, or her mate, or her loved ones down. Undermines your ability to make choices. Has to be right. She has to win. Whatever the situation may be, you will find yourself just giving in just to keep the peace. I guess I was pretty strong in that case because I rarely gave in. Lacks the ability to see how she comes across to others, be it verbally or her actions. Announces, not discusses. She tells, not asks. And will laugh and be loud in public settings just to get attention. She does not listen because she does not really care. Your opinions and or compliments are an annoyance. She exudes very little empathy and or sympathy. And you may feel miserable with this person as she is draining the life out of you. This may sound like somebody you're with, or have been, or will be. Great little write-up from Taylor Hill. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a good little excerpt I just found a little while ago. Thought I would share it verbally. So hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless.